Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. Thanks again for watching. It's Thursday the 31st of May. As always, the sites get free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen. So if you see an advert that you like, do click on it, go through to the advertiser because that generates revenue for us and it keeps the site free of charge. Don't just click on the advert because it's there, of course. Just click on it because you're interested in what it's actually offering. Real problems with the weekend as far as the Jubilee forecast goes. You may recall that last weekend I was pretty confident that it looked as if it was going to be fair at least until the middle of the week. But some real problems starting to develop now as far as the weather is concerned during the weekend, and trying to get this detail right is going to be proving very, very tricky. This is the forecast from the ensemble model for the next 16 days. We've got the days running across the bottom here. These green bars are rainfall in millimetres, so where we've got 0 millimetres here, we've got 5 millimetres here. And then we've got temperatures on here. The red are maximum temperatures. Now, just follow the temperature curve. You'll notice how it's coming off from being warm here. This is for London, by the way. But all of the charts across the country are looking very similar at the moment. So you can see how temperatures dip off, look, as we head into the weekend. So becoming cool for the weekend and bank holiday Monday. And then temperatures picking up again during next week into the following weekend. Not getting back to the levels they were, but still nevertheless fairly warm. But look at the rainfall totals. Notice how we're getting quite a bit of rainfall now, looking as if it's going to come through during the weekend and the early part of next week. And folks, got to put my hands up to this, because if this comes true, then I well and truly have pulled a bust here, because I wasn't expected to go this unsettled this quickly. I thought it would be at least the middle to the end of next week, but that's just the way of forecasting, I guess. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. Let's take a look then at how things develop, and I want to show you as well, after I've done this, some of the latest CFS charts, the long-range charts going into June and the beginning of July. They make very interesting reading. So this is how things look just at the moment. Low pressure out to the west, low pressure out to the east, high pressure north, high pressure south. And this area in between these two areas of low pressure and two areas of high pressure is known as a col. Now sometimes these can give you fine conditions, but when you get a front trap through, such as now, which you can see by the rainfall shaded in there, that can cause you a problem, because this is an area of very light winds and the rainfall just doesn't like to go anywhere particularly very quickly. So you'll notice how through tonight the rainfall does fade away. We're still under high pressure, but I think what's going to happen is we'll find bits and pieces of rain down these eastern coasts, plenty of cloud around for many, and I think just a dull night. Into tomorrow, still high pressure is there. Now this high pressure has descending air in it, so what that tends to do is it causes the air to descend, it makes it warm up, and it makes the air generally dry out. So I do think there'll be a fair amount of cloud in the morning. There could be some outbreaks of drizzle here and there as well, but that should break, and I think it should overall become brighter. But Friday's not particularly the problem. It looks as if most of the cloud is going to be across southern parts of the country, so southern Wales, Southern Ireland and through southern England. It's here where we might find the cloud as its most stubborn. Best of the sunshine developing across Scotland and northern parts of England. Overnight into Saturday we're generally dry, still bits and pieces of cloud and 1-2 spots of rain in the far south. And then through Saturday itself, well, this is where things start to become a little bit tricky, because notice this area of rain just moving into southern and western Ireland. Watch what happens to it. It edges its way northeastwards. This is 6 o'clock, so this is 7 o'clock local on Saturday evening, and look, an area of low pressure has developed. You might notice that developing. Look here, if I go back a few sequences, here it comes, look, there it is. Rain by then across Ireland, western Wales, southwest England. Then through Saturday night into Sunday, that rain edges northwards, the area of low pressure elongates, look, and the rain just gets stuck. And it rains through Sunday, and it rains through Sunday, and it rains a bit more through Sunday. And it's not until late in the day that that rain actually starts to clear away to the south and to the east. But the problem is, it's going to be in there for some time. And you notice just that rain looks still reluctant to clear away, even through Monday. I mean, it really does take its time, look, to clear out to the south and to the east during the course of Monday. But eventually, by late Monday, it's gone. Western areas through Monday do look as if they're going to be much drier and also much brighter. But look, here's another area of rain that comes in during the late part of Monday, and then overnight into Tuesday through Ireland, southwestern England. I think for Tuesday, still some showers across these eastern coasts, but for many it should be dry. But in comes that rain again for Tuesday evening, so Tuesday looks like ending up being quite a wet day. And then low pressure is in control through Wednesday, bringing showers, some of them quite heavy, or longer spells of rain. And it looks as if that area of low pressure also redevelops into Thursday, so unsettled conditions again through Thursday and becoming quite wet too. And really, look, you see how it lasts into next weekend. These unsettled conditions just keep on going. Now, one of the problems here is in deciding whether the model has overplayed this, whether the models have overdone this. And I've got to be honest, at the moment it doesn't look as if they particularly have. So the question that then raises is, how does that take us into the rest of June? Because this wet weather's setting in about a week earlier than I thought it would do. So what happens here? Well, this is the rainfall forecast from the CFS model for the first week in June. You can get these from the site that you're on now. If you go to the top of the page, click on weather charts, and then click on CFS. Then scroll down the page, and the rainfall charts are here under EU rainfall. So click on those, and it will bring you up these charts. So this is the first week. This is the week ending the 6th of June. And you can see how most of the rainfall is located through central parts of the country. So what happens into the second week of June? This takes us up to the 13th of June. And look, the rainfall then, this is a jet stream developing across the Atlantic. You can see the shape of it here, look. Most of the rain across northern and western areas, but everywhere looks as if it's likely to be seeing some. Third week of June, this leads us up to the 20th. We're still unsettled. Looks as if a ridge may build into the west by then, so perhaps western and northern areas may temporarily become drier, but it's the south and southeast as the focus for most of rainfall, most of any predicted rainfall. For the fourth week, it's taking us into the 27th of June. Still periods of rain, apart from northern Scotland, where we might find a ridge of high pressure just building in. But look, it stays unsettled for many of us into the 27th of June. And then as we get into the beginning of July, well, we're still fairly unsettled, still periods of rain, but high pressure showing signs of starting to build in from the south. And then in 6 weeks' time, this takes us up to the 11th of July. Finally, we start to see some dry weather coming into more southern parts of the country, but still rain across the north and also into the west. And then into week 7, this is up to the 18th of July. That high is still across the south. It's northern and western parts of Scotland that look set to see most of it, but the south for England, for Wales and for most of Ireland look as if they're going to be dry. So the story to take from this looks to be, and this is how we expected it to be, you may remember, that things break down next week, we go more unsettled, and then we're into those more unsettled conditions for most of the country through until at least around the 6th or the 7th of July. Before then, things start to improve and we go into a drier, warmer period once again. So hopefully that's been useful for you. Thanks again for watching. As I said at the beginning, the adverts on the site here are what help pay for the site. So if you see an advert you like, you see a product you like, click on it to go through to the advertiser. That's how we generate our revenue. So thanks again for watching, and despite the forecast, keep the sun shining, and I'll get more detail into the forecast for you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.